Yo, what up? My name is Jake Steele. Rona. Yo, what up? My name is Jake Steele. I'm a tattoo artist from Pittsburgh, PA, and I live and work in South Florida. Today, I'm going to show you a simple setup for proper cross-contamination prevention for tattoos.
Some gloves on. I got some ink caps. Got my clip cord. I'm gonna go ahead and plug the clip cord into the power supply.
So this week I've been working on this cool project. It's a neo-trad new school Japanese back piece on my dude Gavin. We put about 3 sessions in. We're gonna finish up the shading today, work on a little bit of color, and then come in next time and just start working on the color.
So, I got my gloves on. They're Night Angel, black, nitrile, powder-free examination gloves. I love using nitrile. It just fits more snug on my hand and there's no possibility of a latex allergy. So, I'm gonna set the scene by laying out some of this cellophane. It's just a basic plastic wrap. You can get it anywhere. This should be the foundation of your setup. You never want ink, ointment, things like that on a potentially porous substance, such as plain wood or like plastic. It needs to be like stainless steel or glass or something like that. Just something that won't absorb any of the potential biohazardous waste. So I'm gonna lay this down, and this is just our extra barrier. I'm gonna put my paper towels, my small stack. I got that small stack of paper towels. Set that off to the side. You know, depending on your situation, what you want to use. I use this blue painter's tape sometimes. Sometimes I put the medical grade stuff to secure my surfaces. But we want to make sure that this piece of cellophane isn't wiggling all around. We want a nice, tight surface. Oh yeah, baby. Let's set it up. So this process for me has been growing and changing over the years. I've done this probably 10 to 15,000 different times, so there's definitely some growing and changing involved. I'm gonna grab one of my cartridges off of this row. This is a 7-round tight from Quadrin. Best cartridges on the market. I've used a lot, but nothing seems to compare. I really like the grip. They're clear. They're badass needles. So I'm gonna grab one of these. I'm just gonna casually set that off, boop, to the side. Let's get rid of those. Now I've got a little bit of this vitamin A and D ointment, and it comes in these small single serve packets, which is great. All things single serve, disposable. I love them. I'm gonna go ahead and open that sucker on up. Check it. Let's lay out a portion of it. Depending on your tattoo, if you're doing something small, something simple, one packet is more than enough. If you're doing some big, involved shit, like a back piece, a sleeve, or something like that, you might want to lay out a guap of that stuff. Now I'm going to grab these ink caps. These are extra small. I just had them. They look kind of cool. They're blue. Normally, I'll be using a medium, just so I could fit. Sometimes I use like a 13 or a 17. It's a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna grab a little tiny handful and package these back up. Those are off to the side. I'm gonna carefully use the bottom, grab a little bit, boop, and I'm gonna repeat that process. I'm OCD, so there's always a method to the madness with how I set these things up. Depending on the tattoo, if it's a color tattoo, something with a lot of different tones, shades, hues, and all that, I'm gonna set up these rows. But if it's a simple black and gray tattoo, I usually set up 4 to 5 ink caps. I just don't want to waste stuff, and I think that's enough. I just need black and 3 of my shades, maybe white, and then that's it. But for color, you never know how much you're gonna have. So we got our clean, select a size, Bounty paper towels, our Quadrant pre-sealed cartridge, ink caps A and D. Now in the previous video, I showed you how to do a clean sterile wrap. So I'm gonna grab my FK Iron Spektra Xion machine right here, and I'm gonna wrap it for you. I'm gonna accelerate the process just because I already went through the covering. Cohesive black bandage. It sticks to itself. It's great to use. Not too many wraps because you don't want to be spending a bunch of time at the end of your tattoo unraveling and unraveling and unraveling. I'm gonna set that just like that. Let's grab our clip cord. Our beautiful Bishop, best clip cord on the market. And again, I get these bags, I get the A&D packets, the ink caps, all my disposable stuff from a website called Painful Pleasures. They're great. They have great wholesale deals. They're good for you know, shop owners, people that do a lot of their own ordering, and you know, nerds like myself. I just have like a bunch of tattoo stuff laying around all the time. So I'm gonna grab some of my painter's tape. Let's go ahead and secure this like so. I'm gonna put one extra wrap. That way we're gonna have no issues with cross-contamination. Which, I will remind you, is the key to doing tattoos, is the key. Cross-contamination issues. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take my cartridge, I'm gonna open this package, pop it out. Rubbish over there. If you notice that this little plunger bar drives out the needle. This is a self-contained system. So all our ink and all our contaminants are going to stay locked in this side. But there's still measures and precautions we got to take to make sure that we don't contaminate the inside of our tattoo machine. I'm going to show you one of those methods. Once I break it down, I'm going to show you how I clean and dissect my machine and make sure everything is super sterile. But one of the most important parts of this cartridge system is when you're messing around with your gloves, you don't want to be grabbing this just all messy with it. You want to carefully, exclusively touch this side when you go to load it in, and then it twists and locks in. So this is the only portion exposed to our ink and our contaminants. So when we take it out to switch needle groupings, we want to make sure we have a space delegated in our setup that we could grab it by this side, set it off to the side, and don't mess around with it. And like I said, you don't want to be mid-tattoo, oh, I'm just going to grab this and put that in there. You want to be very precise with how you approach and handle your cartridge needles. So with that being said, let's put our cartridge back in. I'm going to grab a small cup. This will be our rinse cup. We're going to put only distilled water in this thing. If you don't put distilled water, you run the risk of placing minerals underneath the skin. Distilled means that it's pure, there's no extra minerals. Like when you see spring water or natural mineral water even, there's little tiny electrolytes, little particles in there. We don't want to risk pushing any of that stuff under a client's skin. So we're going to use distilled water, super sterile. And what I like to do is grab some of this, place that here just so it doesn't fall down during the tattoo. It sucks. I've seen spilled rinse cups, very annoying, pain in the ass to clean up. And last but not least, this is our bottle bag. I don't have a spray bottle with me today, but I'm just gonna set this here right on my plastic. That's where our bottle would go. And this is our tattoo setup. Taking on passion projects for my portfolio. It just gives me the chance to be completely comfortable and lower the expectations of the client just a little bit, just so I could get a little bit more creative freedom. And then usually when I can maximize my creative freedom and compromise with the client, I'm able to produce a stunning, beautiful piece of art. Now I'm going to show you how to break it down. So I brought along my disinfectant designed for tattooing and medical grade stuff. Sometimes they're called Cavicide, sometimes Maticide. These are called Defend Plus. So I'm gonna set those Defend Plus off to the side. So we're gonna do the clean hand, dirty hand method. So let's go ahead and take off this glove. Contrary to popular belief, this is our clean hand. This is our dirty hand. So let's get our rubbish. Let's collect our rubbish with the dirty hand. I like the word rubbish. I like it. It's better than trash. Dirty hand. Let's take our cartridge out. We're gonna go ahead and take our cartridge and put that in a sharps container, a biohazard sharps container. I don't have one for this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and place that off to the side. No tattooing was performed. There's no biohazard on there. Place that in a sharps biohazard container. Cool. I like to do, I'm gonna put this in here. But normally I would take these paper towels, if there's a bunch of water in there, I'd put the paper towels in the water, and then it absorbs all the goo, all the water. Let's tuck that in. Then I would simply take this, throw that away. Boop. Goes over there. Bottle bag. Boop. The machine with one hand. I'm going to unwrap. Okay. Bring this bag all the way down. Clean hand. Right on that middle grip. Got my dirty hand. Like so. I'm gonna take this baby. Put it off to the side. I'm gonna take this. Leave that there. Let's put the rest of our rubbish here. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll this. Got all the rubbish. Normally this would be a nightmare, but I didn't set up for an actual tattoo. Just a video, just a demonstration. I wouldn't want to be playing around with this stuff. Wouldn't want to be leaving this out like that. But that is all our trash. Biohazard trash. Don't want to mess around with it. You want to put that directly in your trash bag, and you want to take your trash bag out every single day you work. You don't want to leave any of that stuff linger. So I'm just going to set these. I'm going to set them over there. Okay, now, important part. I'm going to grab a couple of our disinfectant wipes. We want to start by disinfecting the whole surface area. We want to braid our clip cord. Make sure that thing is nice and clean. Our tattoo machine. I'm going to unscrew it. We're going to clean out the grip. We want to make sure that we get these insides nice and clean. So I'm going to twist that around. Twist that around in there. Bam, that thing is clean. Mat aside. This will kill every single thing, every living known virus. Set that over there. Let's take this half, give it a little whap down. Oh yeah. Again, every living virus, dunzo. Set those to the side. Let's take our wipes. We're done with those. Put them in the trash. Glove off. And this is something I would never do. Grab all my trash. But that's how we clean up. Just as important as setting up. More important than doing an actual tattoo is the practice perfect cross-contamination and sterilization.
Well, that wraps it up for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave me a little like. Give me a comment on there. I love feedback. I'm always looking to improve. And make sure you subscribe and share my channel if you get the chance. Hopefully I taught you something. Hopefully you were able to not be bored by my silly little antics. And without further ado, peace!